Hi, this is the second video of OBS tutorial for screen reader users. In this video, we are going to talk about docs. Docs, D-O-C-K-S, because it's plural, is sections of related controls and input. So it's like section or small window which has title and containing inputs or controls. For instance, there is doc about that's named scenes containing list of scene. We will discuss more about scene in another video. And there's also a doc about sources containing lists of source. Source is something that visually put as a source input in the canvas, on the canvas. For instance, in this video, later we are going to put a text source. It's basically a text that's going to be shown on the screen. Those are two examples. There are 5 docs in OBS. 5 docs. They have sequence, and then they can be shown or hidden. To toggle the visibility of the dock each, we can access through the top menu. Now I'm going to access the top menu. There is one menu named Docs. Press Alt button to open the top menu.
File Alt plus F.
Now press right arrow several times until I find Docs.
Edit Alt plus E. View Alt plus V. Docs Alt plus D.
Docs. Now I'm going to press down arrow.
Reset Docs Alt plus R.
I pressed down arrow 2 times. This is reset. This is to reset all the docs. This is going to show all the docs. Now press down arrow again several times.
Custom browser docs scenes.
Scenes. This is the first doc.
Sources.
Sources. This is the second doc. So this is basically toggle button. If I press right now, it focuses on the sources. If I press enter, it will hide the source doc. But unfortunately, this is not accessible by screen reader, so we cannot know if specific docs are hidden or shown. But we can reset all the docs using the previous button in this menu to show all the docs. Now I'm gonna press down arrow to go to the third docs. This is still a toggle button.
Audio mixer.
Audio mixer. This is toggle button. If I press, it will toggle the visibility. It will hide the audio mixer button. Visually, currently there is a check mark on the side of the name, like on the left side of audio mixer. Now I'm gonna press down arrow again.
Scene transitions.
This is the fourth doc. Scene transition. There's a checklist on the left side, but it is not accessible. We just know that by default, the docs will be visible. If you are not sure, press the reset button to show all the docs. Now the fifth doc,
Controls.
Containing buttons as control, as the name implies. So right now, I hope that you can remember the 3 first docs, because we are going to navigate, and it will help to remember these 3. Start from the first one is scene.
Scenes.
Pressing
Custom
up arrow.
reset docs Alt plus custom browser docs scenes.
Scenes. This is the first doc. The second doc, sources. Sources. The third doc is audio mixer. Audio mixer. So just remember the first one is scene. Source is the second one. The third one is, I think it's easy to remember the third one because it's different audio mixer. Okay, we're gonna start by resetting all the docs. I'm gonna press up arrow until I find reset docs.
Sources, scenes, custom browser, reset docs Alt plus R.
Reset docs. I'm going to press this and this is gonna reset all the docs to be shown visually.
Scenes, scene.
Since it says since, that means currently our focus is on the scenes doc. Now we are going to look to navigate through all the docs. We only need to use tab button to navigate through all the docs. So I'm gonna start from the first one, scene. I'm going to press, because we are already on scene. I'm going to press Shift Tab to move backward.
Controls, exit.
Exit. You don't have to remember this for now. This is the last item of the last doc. Now I'm gonna press tab button.
Scenes, scene.
Scenes, scene. This is the first doc, which is scenes and containing scene name scene. Scenes containing scene, list of scene, and the name of the scene can be anything. By default, it is named scene. I hope you don't confuse. Now I'm going to press tab button. The focus will move to the second doc, which is sources. Sources. But because the sources doesn't contain any source at this moment, it will not say anything. The screen reader will not say anything, but the focus still on the sources doc. Now I'm gonna press tab button. It is silent, but I can assure you the focus is on the source doc. Press tab button again. We are going to the third doc, which is audio mixer. Press tab.
Audio mixer.
Audio mixer. Press tab.
Scene transitions. Transition fade down.
This is the fourth doc, which is scene transition, and it says the content of the scene transition, but I'm not going to discuss about it now because we are focusing on the doc's navigation. Press tab again.
Duration 300 milliseconds.
We are still on the fourth doc, which is scene transition. Tap again.
Add configurable transition.
Still on the fourth doc.
Controls. Start streaming.
Now we move to the fifth doc, which is controls. Controls doc. And it says start streaming. This is the first button of the fifth doc, which is controls. Now I'm going to press tap several times. It's gonna traverse through all the buttons in this fifth docs, which is controls doc.
Start recording. Start virtual camera. Configure virtual camera. Studio mode. Settings. Exit.
Exit. This one, try to remember this one. Exit is the last item of the last doc. Now I'm going to press tab again. The focus should move to the first doc, which is scene.
Scenes. Scene.
Yes. Now I'm going to press it. Now we have completed one cycle. Please remember, I'm going to use the term one cycle like this, going to scene until exit the last item. That is one cycle. So if I press tab again, we're going to go through the cycle again, like the last one. Now I'm going to press tab multiple times to do another cycle.
Audio mixer. Scene transition. Duration 300. Add configurable. Controls. Start recording. Start virtual. Configure virtual. Studio mode. Settings. Exit.
Exit.
Scenes.
Since we're
Scene.
back again, we've completed one cycle. If I press tab, the focus will move to the next one, like the previous one. But the screen reader will not read it. But the focus is on the sources. Now, the thing that make it happen, because the sources currently does not contain any source. This is, now we're gonna move to another part, which is the weird part. Weird, as in confusing. So it took me like quite a long time to understand this, and it's quite a long time, like a day or a few hours. So if I put something in the source, a list, an item of source, the behavior will change. I mean, after I completed one cycle by pressing tab, it is as if after exit the last item appended by doc, sources doc, still containing the same item, but it's gonna read the detail of each item. What I mean by the detail is two buttons. Each item has two buttons, which is visibility and lock, toggle buttons. Okay, I'm gonna start again to explain the sources doc. Sources doc containing list of source can be text, can be can be several sources of text, because we can put several text in the video or display capture or image. Those are called sources, and on each source there are two buttons. There are two toggle buttons. One is visibility, to hide or show the text, not text, the source, which can be text, and the second one is lock button. So those are the detail. Back again to the weird part. After completing one cycle, it is as if after exit button appended with doc, with sources doc, but the screen reader will read the detail of each item. We're gonna give it a try. Now I'm going to add text source. So there's going to be text on the screen, but it doesn't matter the text right now. It can be empty or anything, but I'm just going to add one source, one text source to the source docs. I'm not going to explain how to do it because we are going to do that on another video.
OBS 2.8 audio mixer.
I will add
OBS 64
the
application audio video capture text left paren scene text left paren GD OBS 2.8.1.2
now I'm
left
gonna
paren
name this
64
text
bit
one.
T E X T text 1 text 1
Okay.
1 make source okay enter.
You don't have to do what I'm currently doing now. I'm adding text source to the source doc.
Cancel enter. Okay enter. Select font enter. Read from file. Defaults enter. Cancel enter. Okay enter. OBS 2.8.
Let me check. Do we have the source now?
Scenes. Scene.
This is scenes doc. Now press tab.
Sources. Text 1.
Now it reads the sources. It wasn't read the doc before, but after I add source name text one, it read it again. Sorry, it read the source doc. I'm gonna move again to read it. Shift tab.
Tilde.
Sorry, shift tab.
Filters open source filters.
Shift tab.
Properties open source properties.
Okay, there's something wrong. I'm gonna press tab until I find scene.
Filters open source scenes. Scene.
Scenes. This is the first doc. Now press tab.
Sources. Text 1.
Look, sources text one. So it reads the name of the source. If I add another text, like let's say text 2. Okay, I'm gonna add text 2 now to make it more clear.
Group selected items. Add. Applicate dep with video text left paren G OBS 2.8.1 T E X T Tep 2 2 Grav create make source visible. Okay enter. Properties. Okay enter. OBS 2.
You should have text 2 now.
Scenes. Filters open. Scenes.
This is scenes doc. Now press tab button.
Sources. Text 1.
Sources text 1. I can go through the name of the contain source by pressing down arrow or up arrow. Now I'm going to press down arrow, up arrow,
Text 2.
text 2, down arrow,
Text 1.
up arrow,
Text 2.
down arrow.
Text 1.
So this is the list inside the sources doc.
Text 2.
Text 2,
Text 1.
we use the up and arrow button to read the names of sources. To go to the next doc, press tab,
Audio mixer.
audio mixer, press tab.
Scene transitions. Transition fade down.
We're still on the third doc,
Duration 300 milliseconds.
press tab.
Add configurable transition.
Still on the audio mixer, third doc.
Controls. Start streaming.
We were on the fourth doc, now the fifth doc.
Start recording.
Fifth doc,
Start virtual camera.
the last doc.
Configure virtual camera.
Press tab
Studio
again.
mode. Settings. Exit.
Exit. This is the last item of the fifth doc. We have completed one cycle. Now, like I've said before, after completed one cycle, if in the source doc there is list of sources, it is as if the sources doc appended to the last item. So after last item, if I press tab, it will move to the sources doc. But the difference from the first cycle, from the first time we go to the sources doc, we're gonna read the detail of the sources. Now I press tab.
Sources. Visibility controls the visibility of tick text 1 tick in the canvas.
It reads sources as if there is a sources doc appended at the bottom, and it says visibility, something like toggle visibility of the text 1. Now I'm gonna press tab again.
Locks the position and scale of tick text 1 tick in the canvas.
Lock position of the text 1 in the canvas. This is a toggle button. So if I press spacebar, it's gonna lock the position of text 1 in the canvas. Now press tab again.
Visibility controls the visibility of tick text 2 tick in the canvas.
Visibility controls the visibility of text 2 in the canvas. This is, if I press spacebar, this will hide the text 2 in the canvas. Press tab again, tap again.
Locks the position and scale of tick text 2 tick in the canvas.
This is gonna lock. This is toggle button, same like before. Now if I press tab, we will move to the next doc.
Select font.
Sorry, this is not yet the next book. I was wrong. This is not yet the next book. We're still on the appended. You can say this is like appended doc after one cycle. You don't have to worry about this. This is related to the source doc, but please ignore this part because it's gonna take a while to. We're gonna do this later on the next video, on the later video.
Select color.
This is select color and select font.
Select color. Select font.
Select font, select color. Those are buttons related to one of the sources.
Select color. Properties. Open source properties.
Properties is also part of the sources, the appended sources.
Filters. Open source filters.
The same. This is still part of the appended sources.
Scenes.
Now we have we have reached the start of the doc cycle. I hope this is easy to understand because it was very hard for me to understand what's going on, because why the reading is different on the sources doc. And for the record, I'm visually impaired, so I still can see the monitor for a very limited time. So I can see what's going on, but I can see what's going on visually, but I don't understand why the screen reading is different. And sometimes it's different, sometimes not, but after one day trial and error, I understand that it is as if sources doc is appended at the bottom after one cycle. Okay, I hope it's not too confusing. If you want, I can do it one more time. Okay. We are at the first doc scene. We're gonna start a cycle. This is scene doc.
Scene.
Now I'm going to press tab.
Sources. Text 1.
Sources. Text 1. Press tab again. This is will move. To go to the next item in the sources, press up or down arrow.
Text 2.
Text 2. Now if I press tab button, I'm going to move to the next doc.
Audio mixer.
Audio mixer. Press tab.
Scene transitions. Transition fade down.
Scene transition. This is the fourth doc. Press tab again.
Duration 300 milliseconds.
Till fourth doc.
Add configurable transition. Controls. Start streaming.
Now fifth doc. Press tab several times until I reach the end.
Start recording. Start virtual configure virtual studio mode. Settings. Exit.
Exit is the end. We've just completed one cycle, and now because the sources containing is not empty, as if sources will be appended at the bottom of the cycle, and it's gonna reach the detail of each source, and after that there is some button again that we will not discuss now. Now I'm going to press tab. This is, let's call this extended doc. Press tab.
Sources. Visibility
Sources.
controls the visibility of text 1 tick in the canvas.
The visibility toggle button. Press tab.
Locks the position and scale of text 1 tick in the canvas.
This is toggle button to lock the position of text 1. Press tab.
Visibility controls the visibility of text 2 tick in the canvas.
Press tab.
Locks the position and scale of text 2 tick in the canvas.
So it read the detail of each source. If I have 10 sources, it will read all the toggle buttons of the 10 sources. So it's going to be 2 times 10, 20 toggle buttons. This is different. The reading in this extended doc is different from the reading of source doc in the first cycle. I'm going to press tab again.
Select font. Select color.
This is related to the sources. We are still in the extended. Press tab again.
Properties, open source properties.
Still in the extended.
Filters, open source filters.
Still in the extended.
Scenes.
Scenes. Now we start the cycle again. So there is one cycle of doc, and there is extended. Let's say extended docs, which only happen if the source containing list of sources. This weird behavior will also happen if the third doc, which is audio mixer, containing list of audio input. Currently, it doesn't have any list. We will discuss more about scenes and sources, audio mixer on the next videos. But please, in this video, understand there is a different reading in the docs, so you don't get confused, or I don't have to explain too much in one video on the next video. So this behavior is, I think, is very important to understand. All right. Okay. That concludes our video about docs. I hope my explanation is succinct. It is easy to understand. I try to make it as easy as possible, and I hope it's useful. See you next time on the next video. Bye-bye.